I would like to welcome you again in my YouTube channel Shakil Sir Physics. As we have started oscillations chapter, now this is our fourth lecture, and in this lecture our main topic is composition of two parallel SHMs. But before that, one subunit was remaining, and that was phase of SHM. So first of all we will see what is phase of simple harmonic motion. So first of all we will see phase of SHM. Now what is phase? Phase is nothing but it is a quantity which describes state of oscillation of a particle. Now in state of oscillation we are concerned with two things. One is the position of the particle, and second is its direction in which particle is moving, basically its velocity. So phase of oscillations is nothing but, or phase in simple harmonic motion is nothing but it is the state of oscillation, and that we can describe with the help of one quantity or one equation. As we know, x is equals to a sine omega t plus phi. This is equation of displacement. So in this equation, this bracket omega t plus phi, this gives you phase of SHM. Now in phase also there is one more thing which is called as epoch. This epoch is also called as initial phase. That is, when the particle is starting its motion, then at that time what is the position of the particle and in which direction it is moving, it is called as epoch or initial phase. So that is given by, as we know, phase is given by, phase is equals to omega t plus phi. So at the start of motion, when t is 0, then omega into 0 plus phi. So this is equals to phi. So this phi is nothing but it is called as epoch or initial phase, or we can also call it as phase constant. And this omega t plus phi, it is also called as phase angle. Now next thing is our main topic, which we will start, and that is nothing but composition of two parallel SHMs. So today we are going to see simultaneous motion of a single particle, that is, when a particle is subjected simultaneously to two SHMs which are along the same line, for example along x direction. Now what is the speciality of this? First of all we will write displacement of it. So its displacement is given by x1 is equals to a1 sine omega t plus phi 1, and x2 is equals to a2 sine omega t plus phi 2. Now give it equation number 1, equation number 2. So these are the displacements when a particle is subjected simultaneously to two parallel SHMs. Here a1 and a2, these are the amplitudes. So a1 and a2, these amplitudes are different, they are not same. So particle is subjected to two parallel SHMs along same line, having same frequency, that is time period, but different amplitudes and different initial phases, phi 1 and phi 2. So how to find resultant of it? So its resultant is given by vector sum of these two displacement. Resultant displacement is nothing but x is equals to x1 plus x2. So here we have to take vector sum. Now we will substitute values of x1 and x2. So x is equals to a1 sine omega t plus phi 1 and a2 sine omega t plus phi 2. Now in order to solve this, we will use one trigonometric relation, and that is nothing but sin A plus B. Sin A plus B is equals to sin A cos B plus cos A sin B. So, by using this trigonometric relation, we will expand these two brackets. So, here x is equals to A1. Now, in square bracket, I will write expansion of first bracket by using formula of sin A plus B. So, here we have got in place of A omega t, in place of B phi 1. So, sin A cos B. So, sin A means sin omega t. Now, cos B means cos phi 1 plus cos omega t sin phi 1, cos omega t sin phi 1. So, this is first bracket, expansion of first bracket. Now, expansion of second bracket, sin omega t plus phi 2. Here also we will use sin A plus B, sin A cos B, cos A sin B. So, in place of sin A, we have got sin omega t plus phi 2. So, sin A means sin omega t and cos B means cos phi 2 plus cos omega t sin phi 2. So, this is the expansion of these two brackets. Now, we will multiply A1 to this bracket and A2 to this bracket. So, I will write it here. So, first of all, multiplication of A1, x is equals to A1 multiplied by sin omega t cos phi 1 plus A1 multiplied to cos omega t sin phi 1, then multiplication of A2 with this bracket plus A2 sin omega t cos phi 2 plus A2 cos omega t sin phi 2. Now, this equation is little bit big. We will try to reduce its size. So, for that purpose, we will use another trigonometric relation or we will use one constant. So, in this term of the equation, sin omega t, and in this term of the equation sin omega t is there. So, here we can take out sin omega t constant. So, if you will take sin omega t constant, then x is equals to sin omega t outside the bracket. Now, what will remain? A1 cos phi 1 plus from this term A2 cos phi 2. Similarly, we can take cos omega t also constant or common from these two terms. So, cos omega t. So, here A1 sin phi 1 will remain plus A2 sin phi 2. For example, this is equation number 3. Now, in order to minimize it or simplify it, what we will do? We will use two constants. So, let us consider, let A1 sin phi 1 plus A2 sin phi 2 is equals to R sin delta. Similarly, A1 cos phi 1 plus A2 cos phi 2 is equals to R cos delta. So, equation 4 and 5. If we will substitute these values in equation 3, then equation 3 will become x is equals to sin omega t. In place of this bracket, we can write R cos delta, R cos delta plus cos omega t In place of this bracket we can write r sine delta. Now we can also further reduce this equation. So x is equals to, as here r is common in both the terms, so r we will take common. So in bracket we will get r outside the bracket sine omega t cos delta plus cos omega t sine delta. So for further simplification, again we can use that trigonometric relation which we have used for expanding equation, addition of equation 1 and 2. So sine omega t cos delta, cos omega t sine delta, this is nothing but expansion of sine omega t plus delta, as sine a plus b is equals to sine a cos b. So that trigonometric relation here we will use in order to reduce the size of this equation. So here we can write x is equals to r sine omega t plus delta, equation number 6. So this is an equation for resultant displacement when a particle undergoing two parallel SHMs, when they combine, then we get resultant displacement as x is equals to r sine omega t plus delta. So this shows that the resultant displacement is also a simple harmonic motion, where r is resultant amplitude and delta is resultant initial phase, and this simple harmonic motion, that is two parallel SHMs are having same angular frequency. Now we will try to find expression for resultant amplitude and expression for resultant initial phase. Now for finding resultant amplitude, we will use equation 4 and 5. So equation 4 and 5, what we will have to do? Now we will square both sides of equation 4 and 5 and we will add them. So squaring and adding equation 4 and 5, squaring and adding both sides of equation 4 and 5. So first of all, squaring left hand side of equation 4. So for squaring this, we can use the formula of a plus b whole square. So a square plus 2ab plus b square, this is expansion of a plus b whole square. So similarly we can use that formula for expansion of left hand side. So in place of a, we have got a1 sine phi 1. So a1 square sine square phi 1 plus 2ab. So 2a1 sine phi 1, a2 sine phi 2 plus b square, that means a2 square sine square phi 2. So this is expansion of a1 sine phi 1 plus a2 sine phi 2, square of this side, plus adding square of left hand side of equation 5. So here also we will get a1 square cos square phi 1 plus 2 a1 cos phi 1, a2 cos phi 2 plus a2 square cos square phi 2, a2 square cos square phi 2. This is equals to, now squaring right hand side and adding. So r square sine square delta plus r square cos square delta. Now this equation is little bit big. Now we will try to minimize it by using some trigonometric relations. Now observe this first term a1 square sin square phi 1. Similarly, a2 square sin square phi 2. So as we know, sin square theta plus cos square theta is equals to 1. So we can use that trigonometric relation for minimizing this equation. So for that purpose, we will have to collect same terms. So a1. So from these two terms, if we take a1 square common, then in bracket what will remain? Sin square phi 1 plus cos square phi 1. Value of angle should be same, phi 1. So by doing this, we can minimize this term. Similarly, here a2 sin square phi 2, a2 square cos square phi 2. So if we will take a2 square common, then sin square phi 2 plus cos square phi 2. Similarly, now these two terms are remaining. So here also we have got 2a1 a2 common. So we can take 2a1 a2 common. So what will remain in the bracket? Sin phi 1 sin phi 2 plus cos phi 1 cos phi 2. This is equals to, here we can take r square common. So r square in bracket sin square delta plus cos square delta. Now we can further reduce or minimize this equation by using the trigonometric relation sin square theta plus cos square theta is equals to 1. As in place of theta we have got phi 1, angle is same. So this complete bracket will be replaced by 1. So what we will get? a1 square into 1, that means a1. Again here sin square phi 2 plus cos square phi 2, it will become 1. So a2 square plus 2a1 a2 as it is. Now sin phi 1 sin phi 2 cos phi 1 cos phi 2. For reducing this, we can use another trigonometric relation. So for this bracket, we can write cos of phi 1 minus phi 2. Cos A minus B. Cos A cos B, sin A sin B. Similarly, here again this bracket will become 1 sin square delta plus cos square delta. So what is remaining? R square is equals to a1 square plus a2 square plus 2a1 a2, or if we will take square root, then we will get r as r is equals to square root of a1 square plus a2 square plus 2a1 a2 cos of phi 1 minus phi 2. So in this we have got an expression for resultant amplitude when a particle undergoes two parallel SHMs. So this is sufficient for today. Now in the next lecture we will see expression for resultant initial phase and special cases. Thank you very much.